Hello Guild Wars 2 gamers, I'm Muckluck here, and today is August 13th, and we've got some Guild Wars 3 related news. They released a blog post today called Playable Species Spotlight Humans. They said that they were going to release 4 playable species spotlights, one for the humans, one for the Codons, one for the Asuras, and one for a race that we do not yet know. So because of that, I was hoping that the first spotlight would be anything but humans. But here we are. We all know what humans are, so hopefully there will be something interesting in this, which we are about to find out together. Greetings, Tyrians. Danny Barnes here from the Guild Wars 3 narrative team, excited to share some of the first details about the various playable species that populate the Orion Golden Age. Today we're kicking off with humans, a curious, driven, and resourceful people hailing from a realm beyond the mists. And yes, for those who do not know old Guild Wars lore, the humans are not native to Tyria. They are from another planet, and things were not going good there, and their gods helped scoop them up and take them over to this one, and then they became everyone else's problem. As a player taking up the role of a human in this period of Tyrian history, you're surrounded by a wholly new and intensely magical world with unexplored horizons in every direction. Your settlements are growing, your guilds are rising. Oh! With every laid road and raised temple, your steady progress seems to reaffirm the notion that you can make a home here. And yet, everywhere you go, the world seems to ask, can you? Humans in previous Guild Wars games are a people defined by vast kingdoms, bitter wars, proud traditions, and devastating losses. Guild Wars 3 shows us a different angle, a different time, humanity before its great fall. In this era, humans are not yet defending a dwindling empire from encroaching forces. They're newcomers, explorers, dreamers. A people still learning what it means to live in a world that was not originally their own. An inspiring story, to be sure, but not without its complications. From out of the mists. Humanity did not come to Tyria alone or by accident. They were brought here by their 6 gods. Incredibly powerful beings who looked upon this world and found it rich with magic, mystery, and possibility. Though the exact nature of their flight from their world of origin is not well understood, for the humans of this era, one truth matters most. Their people survived the mists, and Tyria is now their home. And a quick pause there, if you are just simply a current Guild Wars 2 player, hearing 6 gods might sound odd because, in the game sometimes they reference 5. And that is because something happens to one of them during your time playing through Guild Wars 2, but remember that Guild Wars 3 is a prequel, so that hasn't happened yet. So Guild Wars 3 is going to be many, many, many years before Guild Wars 1 and 2, so there are still 6 gods. To be a human in Guild Wars 3 is to inherit the faith and determination of people who followed divine light into an unfamiliar realm. Some carry that inheritance with humility, others with pride, and many with questions. But since they've arrived, nearly all humans have come to understand on some level that Tyria is both a gift and a challenge. A beautiful, dangerous world where survival is not guaranteed and belonging must be earned day by day. And though the gods will ever be the light that guides them, they also understand that the burden of forging a real future in Tyria, one in which humanity not just survives but thrives, is ultimately up to them. By Guild Wars 3's outset, humanity has existed in Tyria for over 700 years, and has already established several distinct centers of power across the world. The oldest of them, Cantha, is centuries deep in dynasties and tradition, proof that humans can endure long enough for a settlement to become a civilization, and for a civilization to become a legend. The prosperous and culturally vital nation of Alona, thriving in this period, anchors the species' involvement in major currents of trade, politics, and power. Youngest among humanity's holdings, Ascalon is a land of banners, borders, and military pride, defined by conflict and the fierce conviction that those who sought to claim and defend it. The Margonites, worshippers of the god Abaddon and rulers of the coastlines, held dominion over the Crystal Sea and the many miles of coastline surrounding it. And then there's Or, the center of the magical world whose unfolding would change the destiny of humanity and Tyria forever. Humanity, Or, and the Veil. Or is humanity's great frontier. It is raw, unfinished, and brimming with possibility. A region still in the process of becoming itself and building the storied history that would lead to its great collapse over 1,000 years later. So, just really quick pause, just adding some stuff here in case there's anyone new to the Guild Wars franchise. In between Guild Wars 1 and 2, the nation of Or is essentially like sunk beneath the sea, and then it is risen back up out of the sea, and everyone on it is basically zombies at that point. So we do go to Ore in Guild Wars 2, and we fight lots and lots of undead. This is, again, long, long before that, when it is still in its prime. Notably for humans, this great endeavor takes place under the watchful eyes of their gods, whose high city of Ara looms as large on the horizon as its hosts, a place where faith, ambition, and opportunity all converge. But the lands of Ore aren't some empty plain waiting to be brought to life. They are home to the Veil, the wondrous collection of magical spirits that span the region, brought about by the incredible magic that courses through it. For humans, the Veil inspires many different reactions. To the devout, it proves the gods' wisdom in leading them to the sacred and potent place. For farmers, it can be both a blessing and a hazard, the source of the land's fertility and vibrancy, but also its unpredictability. To knowledge seekers, it's a living mystery, the grandest expression of the engine that drives all of Tyria. But for some among them, the Veil represents opportunity most of all, the power to reshape the world. That opportunity has sculpted the ambitions of guilds like the Mavenrites, who look at Ore's magical resources and see the possibility of a better, stronger future built with human hands. Stone and steel, signets and artifacts, all of it in service of that grand dream of progress. To their supporters, the Mavenrites are proof that humanity can do more than survive in Tyria. They can innovate, build, and transform. To those who oppose their march of progress, the Mavenrites are a symptom of humanity's greatest flaw, its boundless ambition. Humanity's relationship with the Veil is complicated, full of both wonder and tension. Taking responsibility. That tension lives at the heart of the Veil Wardens, the players' originating guild in Guild Wars 3. And there's a link here to another blog post that we have already read in the past, so if you're interested in that, that's right there. The Order of the Veil is the oldest guild in Ore, founded to protect the Veil's spirits and the lands that they inhabit. Long before the guilds of Ore became the region's primary engines of trade, status, and power, the Veil Wardens were already walking in the wilds, mediating tense relationships between the sentient species of Ore and the Veil, and defending those unable to defend themselves. For a human to become a Veil Warden is a powerful choice. It means stepping away from the easiest and simplest narrative your people might tell about Ore, that it's just a frontier waiting to be tamed. It means recognizing that the world your ancestors crossed the mist to reach is full of lives, rules, and wonders that deserve care. And in an age defined by its bounty and richness, it means rebuilding the bonds between the Order and your people who are swiftly moving beyond concern for the Veil, eyes fixed on a glorious but uncertain future. As a human Veil Warden, you stand at a crossroads between inheritance and responsibility. You carry the ambitions of a rising people, the faith of those who crossed worlds, and the oath of an order sworn to defend the living magic of Ore. So, what will be said of humanity's deeds at the close of the Orian Golden Age? Here in storied Ore, a millennia before Guild Wars Reforged and Guild Wars 2, before the world of Tyria knows what humanity will become. Will it be defined only by what it built, or for what it claimed, or will it be for what it chooses to protect? And that's it. So, definitely some interesting stuff. Like, for example, I knew Cantha was really old, and Alona. I didn't know Ascalon was going to exist yet in this time period, but apparently it's, like, just getting started. So there was definitely a few nuggets of knowledge there that I didn't know, as well as, more world building for, Guild Wars 3 itself. Humans in my Guild Wars 3, ew, I know, right? They're like tiny Norns. So weird. But that is it. That is the blog post. And, excuse me again, hiccup. They have said that there is going to be a species spotlight for each of the 4 species. I'm not sure if they're going to be saving the one that we don't know for last, but we are still expecting one for the Conan, one for the Asura, and one for the question mark that we do not know. And that's all we've got for today. You got any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns? Put them in the comment section down below and we'll fight there.